If getting your socks on has become this massive issue for you, something that you're actually worried about and it's causing you daily grief and pain, then it's probably more than one area of your body which is actually struggling. So today I'm going to give you a bit of an outline as to what these most likely areas that are struggling are going to be, and then what you can do to begin to improve movement in those areas to be able to give you a chance of getting those socks on without having to use a load of bad words in the morning. So let's get started. If you don't know me, my name's Luke. I'm an osteopath and lead practitioner here at Body Zest in Banstead, and we help people with back pain and hip pain and knee pain and God knows what else all the time. So when we think about getting socks on, what we're thinking about is the ability to cross the leg over, okay? Because for the most part, getting right down to the ground to actually do that is kind of like plan B. Most people are going to cross the leg over and work in this position. So the first place that we're expecting to start to see a problem if people are having an issue with their sock is in their hip, because that movement right there, even in the absence of any lower back movement, is all down to the hip being able to move, being able to rotate, and the strength of the hip flexor to be able to pull it up and get it back down there. The second thing that I'd be expected to be concerned about if someone is struggling to get their socks on is then the lower back. Have they got the ability to lean forwards down towards the foot? So even if they're not going to bring that foot towards themselves, can they at least just go down towards it, which is kind of a combination of the hip coming up and the back going down into that compressive position. So if someone is really struggling with getting their socks on, we're going to expect an initial hip problem, and then we're going to expect a back problem. A lack of mobility in those two places, they're the first two places I'd be looking to try and resolve. So if this sounds like you, a really simple first exercise is going to be just to start to build up a little bit of strength and mobility in that lower back in a nice controlled way. So I put two hands on the legs, so you've got them for optional control. Let the chin drop down towards the chest and just roll the spine down, and then tense the core and use those lower back muscles to bring yourself back up. And what we're getting there is a little bit of encouragement into flexion, but also some engagement of the extensor muscles to start to bring it back again too. I'd also then say that some kind of just simple circling exercise is going to be good for hip mobility and also building up some strength. If you're in lots of pain at the moment, it might make that pain a little bit aggravated to start to really try and strengthen the hip. So just be a little bit careful. Don't do anything if it's causing too much pain. But you can start at whatever range you want, a little bit of movement through there, and then just a circle, and then round the other way. And it's in the control of that movement that all of those stabilizing muscles are working together whilst taking your hip through that full range of motion, which is going to start to help with them. So give exercises like that a little try. Start small, build it up gradually. If you feel like you flare anything up, just back away from them. And then once that flare up has calmed down, don't give up. Reintroduce them gently and just be a little bit more cautious about the amount you're doing. Flare ups are basically always to do with doing more than you have in terms of capacity. So you've got to just ease into these things. And if you do flare it up, don't worry. Take a little break and then try again. If you've been following our stuff and you're in the Surrey area, South London area, and you want a little bit of one-to-one support, always feel free to drop us a message and we can have a chat about how we might be able to help you.